Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Om Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Paravakacharya Asatara Shishimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jaya Om Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Paravakacharya Asatara Shishimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Guru Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananti Koti Vaishnava Ki Jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Shukhi Ho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jaya Advaita Gadada Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Samakunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhana Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dhamma Ki Jai, Mathura Dhamma Ki Jai, Navadipa Dhamma Ki Jai, Go Brahmanandi Hari Hari Bol. Oh, glorious assembled devotees. Glorious to the assembled devotees. Oh, glorious to the assembled devotees. Oh, glorious to Shishi Guru and Garanga. Oh, glorious to Srila Prabhupada, Savior of the whole world, Ki Jai. Now, I don't sing Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. What do I sing? The Chaitanya Charitamrita. What do you say? You can? What's that? You say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya? You can say? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Ladies, can you hear? Yes. You know what? I'm going to look at you all, but I'm going to look at the ladies too. So you should, some of you, move around here, because I'm going to stretch my neck if I have to go like this all the time, right? So you boys here, you move over there a bit, isn't it? Because you're not the only ones in the room. Krishna's here, you boys are there, the ladies are over there. We're all devotees, isn't it? Are we all devotees or aren't we? We used to have one devotee on New Govardhan, and he put the prasadam out, and he says, this is for the devotees, and this is for the women. Nonsense, eh? This is for the devotees. Huh? Women devotees, Prabhu devotees. You don't want to be thinking about the women at the time of death. Where will you go? You'll have to come back as a Mataji in your next life, right? So, which text am I reading from? This one here, 43. Because today is, what's today? Panihati festival, special festival. Let's put it there. I've never been to a Panihati festival, so this will be my first time. So we're reading from text 43. Panihati grame, Panihati grame, paila, prabhura, darshana, kirtaniya, sevaka, sange, ara, bahujana. Panahame pame paila, prabhura darshana. Kirtaniya Sevakar Sangi Ara Bahujana. Panihati Grame Paila Prabhura Darshana. Kirtani Sevaka Sange Ara Bahujana. So 5 Prabhus can repeat the verse. Ladies. Another one, another lady. It's nice to hear that the Mataji are so enthusiastic. They did it very nicely, don't you think? Yes? Okay, listen. This verse that you've given me is just the beginning of the Panihati festival, and there's no purports. So we're going to read right up until when it gets that they're giving out the prasadam. Okay, text 43, translation. In the village of Panihati, Raghunath Das obtained an interview with Nityananda Prabhu, who was accompanied by many kirtan performers, servants and others. Text 44. Sitting on a rock under a tree on the bank of the Ganges, Lord Nityananda seemed as effulgent as hundreds of thousands of rising suns. 45. Many devotees sat on the ground surrounding him. Seeing the effulgence of Nityananda Prabhu, Raghunath Das was astonished. 46. Raghunath Das offered these obeisances by falling prostrate at a distant place, and the servant of Nityananda Prabhu pointed out, there is Raghunath Das offering you obeisances. 47. Hearing this, Lord Nityananda Prabhu said, you are our faith. Now you have come to see me. Come here, today I will punish you. So, text 48. The Lord called him, but Raghunath Das did not go near the Lord. Then the Lord forcibly caught him and placed him at his lotus feet upon Raghunath Das's head. 49. Lord Nityananda was by nature very merciful and funny. Being merciful, he spoke to Raghunath Das as follows. 50. You are just like a cheat. You are just like a thief. Instead of coming near, you stay away at a distant place. Now that I have captured you, I shall punish you. Text 54. Make a festival and feed all my associates yogurt and chipped rice. Hearing this, Raghunath Dasa was greatly pleased. 52. Raghunath Das immediately sent his own men to the village to purchase all kinds of eatables and bring them back. 53. Raghunath Das bought chipped rice, yogurt, milk, sweetmeats, sugar, bananas, and other eatables and placed them all around. 54. As soon as they heard that a festival was going to be held, all kinds of brahmanas and other gentlemen began to arrive. Thus there were innumerable people. 55. Seeing the crowd increasing, Raghunath Das arranged to get more eatables from other villages. He also brought 200 to 400 large round earthen pots. 56. He also obtained 5 of 7 especially large earthen pots, and in these pots a brahmana began soaking chipped rice for the satisfaction of Lord Nityananda. 57. In one place, chipped rice was soaked in hot milk in each of the large pots. Then half the rice was mixed with yogurt, sugar, and bananas. Text 58. The other half was mixed with condensed milk and a special type of banana known as kampa kala. Then sugar, clarified butter, and camphor were added. 59. After Nityananda Prabhu had changed his cloth for a new one and sat on a raised platform, the Brahmana brought before him the 7 huge pots. 60. On that platform, all the most important associates of Sri Nityananda as well as other important men sat in a circle on the ground. 61. Among them were Ramdas, Sundarananda, Gadadhar, Murari, Kamalakara, Sadashiva, and Puranchanda. 62. Dhananjaya, Jagadish, Parameshwara Dasa, Mahesha, Gauri Dasa, and Hoda Krishna Dasa were also there. So there were so many. And this is the last one before the pulpit. 63. Similarly, Udarana Datta Thakur and many other personal associates of the Lord sat on a raised platform with Nityananda Prabhu. No one could count them all. Pulpit by Srila Prabhupada. The devotees mentioned here in a stride by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in his Anubhashya. For further information, one may consult the following references in the Adi Lila, Ramadasa, chapter 10, text 116 to 118, and chapter 11, text 13 to 16, Sundarananda, 1123, Gadadhar Dasa, 1053, 1113 and 15, and 1117. The Murari mentioned herein is different from Murari Gupta. His full name is Murari Chaitanya Das, and he is a personal associate of Nityananda Prabhu. Thus one should consult chapter 11, text 20, Kamalakara, 1124, Sada Shiva, 1138, Purandara, 1128, Dhananjaya, 1131, Jagadish, 1130, Parameshvara, 1129, Maheshvara, 1132, Gauri Dasa, 1126, Hoda Krishna Dasa, 1147, Udarana Datta, 1141. Who's got lots of time today? You can read this. Prabhupada's telling. You can read the whole story. So we got a lot of the story. And we know Panihati is about having a big feast and party with chipped rice and with milk and chipped rice with yogurt. Sounds like fun. Do you do that here? Do you do that here? You have all those yummy things? I hope you all understood English. I forgot to ask you that. Did you mind it was in English? Did you understand? Yeah. Very good, very good. Yeah, so are we going to have a party today or what? Are we? Are we going to have a party? Yeah? You're all going to make. Oh, I'm looking forward to that because this is my first time to have a Panihati festival. Can you hear me, ladies? Very important. You can come a little closer if you want to. You don't have to sit all the way at the back there like outcasts, okay? Come a little closer so you can hear. You don't have to sit right at the back of the brahmacharis, we know that, but we'd like you to be able to hear everything. Yeah, I'm very happy I came back here again after all this time. I make a big list of all the places I visit, and most of the places I've visited in the past, I like to come back because I like them. And you know the thing I like the most about this place is the champak trees. The champak trees, the orange champak trees. There's not an ISKCON center in the whole world that has as many smelling flowers as you do. And last time I was here, I was talking to my daughter on the phone, because she knows champak trees too. I said, guess what? I'm in a temple where there's just champak trees everywhere. And it smells so beautiful here. So that was one of the things that drew me back here. Of course, all you as well, and all the wonderful work you're doing here. I like that very much. So Nityananda was a trickster, wasn't he? Just because Raghunath, excuse me, I better put my glasses back on again. Just because this wonderful Prabhu, Raghunath, didn't come close to him, then he made all these cheeky comments. And he told him, you have to go to the village and you have to find all these things and make a big feast today. Huh? That's a nice punishment, isn't it? Rather than getting punished like a slap or a kick you just have to make a feast. I bet there was thousands of people. Do you think? Think there was thousands of people coming to the feast? I think so. Once they found out, oh, did you know that Raghunath is making a feast? Just like here in our HareKrishna temples. Sometimes they don't want to come to the kirtan and they don't want to come to the class. But as soon as you say feast, then all of a sudden, before we only had 20 men, and all of a sudden we've got 200, isn't it? And you know what Prabhupada said about prasadam? He said, if it wasn't for prasadam, none of you would be here. So who joined because of prasadam? I did. When I joined the HareKrishna movement in Amsterdam, I met them at a meditation center. And it was when I was on a walk. I didn't know there was a devotee there, but I met them one time in Australia. But I didn't understand anything. All I knew, they had really nice food. And I had gulabs and sweet rice. And I can still remember it. And that's 54 years ago. I can still remember that lovely food, gulabs and sweet rice. And then when I went to the programs at the meditation center, they had this halava. Oh my God. No one can make halava like those devotees in Amsterdam. Not to this day have I tasted halava like that. It was so good. And so I was always eating. Always eating. And Prabhupada said, one who likes to eat will cook well. Well, I got initiated after 2 months. And on the way back from London, we got initiated in London. Prabhupada came to London and he initiated all the devotees that had been waiting a long time. The devotees in my temple, they were waiting 8 months. And I was only in the temple for 2 months. And we all went to London and we got initiated by Prabhupada. And you know what Prabhupada said to me at my initiation? I always like to tell this story because it's very important what he told me. He was calling everyone up and they got their names. And the temple wasn't as big as this, but it almost had the same amount of people. And we were kind of sitting scattered amongst the people. And you had to get up and you had to walk to Prabhupada and get your initiation. And so I got up and I walked over there, and I was very nervous because I knew everyone was looking at me like you do now. You're all looking at me, right? But I'm not nervous anymore. But I was very nervous. And Prabhupada said, so what's the principles? And I told him, no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, all that. And he said, your name is Surabhi Devi Dasi, the name of the transcendental cow, the giver of abundance of milk. I went, oh, how wonderful. I just wanted the name of one of Krishna's animals. And look what he gave me. He gave me the super special animal, the name of it. So Devi Dasi, remember, I'm not a cow. And then he said to me, he said, don't be afraid. He's seen me. I'm coming up there really nervous. He said, don't be afraid. He said, if you follow this process, you'll go back home, back to Godhead at the end of your life. Right? So I love that. So I've got to tell you that story because it's so important. It was important 54 years ago, and it's important now, isn't it? If you follow this process, you'll go back home, back to Godhead at the end of this life. So who's following the process? Hands up. Who's following the process? That means you're chanting 16 rounds every day and 25 on Ekadashi. I'll give you my blessings. But I want to know who goes to sleep at 9 o'clock. Who goes to sleep at 9 o'clock? None of you? Well, none of you are going to get my blessings. Because if you want my blessings, you have to be to sleep by 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock in bed, 3 o'clock get up after 6 hours, take a shower, 3:30, and then what do you do for the next hour? What? What? Chanting. Are you chanting? If you're ready by 3:30, will you be chanting? Yes or no? Yes. Of course. So, for those ones who get up and go to bed at 9 o'clock, come on, how many go to bed at 9 o'clock? 1. Well, come here. You're going to get my blessings. The rest of you, you're going to have to wait. So who goes to sleep at 10 o'clock? You. And at 9:30? You can get my blessings too. Who gets up if they go to bed at 9:30 or 10 o'clock, can get up at 3 o'clock? Can you get up at 3 o'clock? No. So that means you have to go to sleep at 9 o'clock. Who goes to bed at 10 o'clock? Who goes to bed at 10 o'clock? Tut, tut. Who goes to bed at 11 o'clock? Oh my God. Who goes to bed at 12 o'clock? One o'clock? 2 o'clock? What about all of you in between that haven't answered 9 o'clock, that haven't answered 9:30, that haven't answered 12 o'clock? Do you stay up all night? Oh, my God. So then you sneak into Mangaladi and then you go back to your room and you sleep all day. Is that right? Is that why you don't go to sleep at 9 o'clock? Is that why? So, next time I come, you'll all have to be in bed at 9 o'clock, and then I'll give you my blessings. Come here, you too. 9:30 only. Stand there. Yeah. Come. I bless you that you may get up at 3 o'clock and take a shower, and by 3:30 you'll be chanting japa, and they'll be your best rounds. Okay? That's my blessings. So do you want my blessings? So next time, 9 o'clock in bed. Because I'm not going to give blessings to anyone that goes to bed after 10 o'clock because I know you're not going to get up. Right? Most of the time it's true. Right? So there you go. And I give lots of those blessings to very good devotees. And when I was in Mayapur just recently, I went to this was last year before they put the fences up. There's a grocery shop over past a Surabhi. And there was this, white boy in this shop. And I said, "Hello, how are you?" He said, "Good." I said, "What's your name and where are you from?" And he said, "I'm from Kazakhstan, Mother Surabhi." "Oh, you know me already." He said, "Yes. I owe you my life." And I went, "Wow, your life?" He said, when you came to Kazakhstan, he said, you told us about going to bed early and getting up early and chanting rounds. And he said, I have been doing that for 2 years now, 2.5 years. And he said, I'm a pujari. I always had so much trouble with my rounds. But he said, now I chant all my rounds before Mangalati. Before Mangalati. And he said, my whole life has changed. I said, wow, that's so amazing. You don't know how much that touches my heart to hear that. So there you go. So if you go to sleep at 8 o'clock, you can get up at 2 o'clock. And you can almost, except for a few, get all your rounds done before Mangalati. Now imagine that. You become so clear-headed. Krishna answers you and reveals things to you that before you never thought would happen, right? This is all just because you're getting up early and making a special effort. And no one's awake. Not even the ones that go to bed at 11 o'clock, they're not awake. Only the ones that go to bed at 9 o'clock or 9:30, they're awake. And it's so nice to chant your rounds at that time. Yeah? So nice to chant your rounds at that time. So who's going to give it a try? Oh, look at that. It's amazing. Because I can talk to the cows come home, but they say the proof in the cake is in the eating. Or the proof in the pudding is in the eating. I can tell you how delicious this pudding is. But if you don't try it, how are you going to know? Isn't it, ladies? Ladies are such good cooks. So, the proof in the pudding is in the eating. So give it a try. You'll be amazed. You'll never want to get up past 3 o'clock ever again. Okay? And your whole life will change. All the obstacles will run away, and if they do come, you can easily get through them. You'll remember this class for the rest of your life if you start doing this. On the Panihati day in 2025, Mother Surabhi came and gave us the special gift of how to make our devotional service even better. Isn't it? Will you remember? Ladies? Okay. And you know what? I like going to the same temples again because I remember things. I remember last time I told you your temple was dirty and you should clean it. And when I go back there this time, they didn't do it. So I have to get on their case again. And some places I go to, and I say, your temple is dirty. Let's clean it. And I get them all cleaning. I'm the supervisor. And I get them all cleaning. We don't pay the cleaning lady. No. The devotees clean the temple. Because you don't want to miss out on clean the temple, clean your heart. Isn't it? So if you give the cleaning lady the cleaning, she's going to get that, but usually they don't clean very well. Isn't that right? Do they clean very well? No. So when we were in the temple, in the old days, we joined the temple, we had about 10 devotees, and we had a bathroom, and we had another little room that had one tap in it. One tap, and it was only cold water. Summer and winter, cold water. So everyone in the temple had to line up for a shower, usually around 3:30. The girls would get up at 3:30 because they didn't want to stand in the lines with the boys because maybe they'll miss out. And so you'd be in the shower, and they'd say, 3 minutes, okay? 3 minutes. That's all you're allowed to have, 3 minutes. And if you went past 3 minutes, they would, you're past 3 minutes. And you had to quickly get your towel around you and run out the door. So it was austere in those days. But we did the whole morning program up to 9 o'clock. Then we had prasadam. And there'd be devotees even before 9 o'clock chopping up the vegetables. And then the rest of the devotees, after 9 o'clock, after prasadam, cleaning. Everyone cleaned the temple from top to bottom. It wasn't a very big temple, it was an old warehouse. And there was one big room, a little kitchen, and the prasadam area. But and outside, everyone was cleaning. I said to the boys who are dressed in white, aspiring brahmacharis, is that right? Aspiring brahmacharis? Is these white ones? Or are you all grihastas? What are you? Aspiring brahmacharis, the ones in white? How many grihastas are here? Oh, there's a few, they wearing yellow, white, you know. Grihastas can wear any color. And the ones wearing yellow? You are the babies. So the ones wearing white, I heard that you're aspiring brahmacharis, right? Like that. So imagine only having one tap. Imagine all of you only having one tap and the water's cold. You'd probably be thinking, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to go back to my mother. Then she has some hot water. But somehow or other, we made it. We went through those years. I don't know how many of my godbrothers are still around, and my godsister, but I'm still here. And so that's what we used to do. We used to clean the temple and clean our hearts, right? And I heard when I asked the boys what they did, they said they study. Oh, we study, and then we more study, and now after prasadam, we have a rest, and we study again. I thought, why are they studying all the time? What about the practical basic things? Because not everyone's going to be a Brahmin. Some are going to be fighters. Some are going to be Vaishyas, you know, looking after the cows, doing the shops and stuff like that. And then there's going to be the ones who really like just getting under the cars and fixing them and that, right? Are they not considered, right? So we have to be practical. It's not all about study, taxing the brain, right? And how many of you that been studying for how many years? How many years before you become a brahmachari, the white ones? 6 years? So you boys, you've been studying for 6 years, so you remember all the Bhagavad Gita from one end to the other? How many? These white ones. You whiteys. You remember the Bhagavad Gita from one end to the other? No, but you've been studying for 6 years. I think you better do some cleaning. You're cleaning the temple, cleaning the heart, cleaning the brain, cleaning the memory. So consider it. Consider it those in charge, to give them a bit of cleaning too as well. Because even I go to temples and they're so dirty. Your temple's clean. I went to Amritsar to the Golden Temple. You know why I went there? I went there because many years ago when I first became a devotee, they told me Prabhupada went to the Golden Temple with his devotees and he seen them rolling the chapatis. And he said, you have to learn to roll chapatis like them. And they can do them so fast, flip, 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 right? And they can make 100 chapatis in 1 hour. And Prabhupada said he wanted his devotees to learn how to make chapatis just like the people in the Golden Temple, right? And I went there. Oh my God, was it clean? It was so clean and so organized, it was amazing. And I thought to myself, this is why Prabhupada liked this place, because it was so together, right? And I'm amazed sometimes. I go to our ISKCON centers and they're not clean, right? One time I went to a temple and the rats were dancing across the top of the canopy in the Mangalati. I don't know if the devotees were dancing, but those rats were dancing. So you think that temple was clean? Was it clean? Why did the rats come? They're coming because it's not clean. And what about the cockroaches? They just look for dirt. It's coming because it's not clean. And Prabhupada one time up in Scotland, there was one temple. And they said to Prabhupada, we've got rats and cockroaches, Prabhupada. Can we kill them? And you know what Prabhupada said? What did he say? What did he say? You should be killed, you should be killed, you should be killed. Right? So that's how important cleaning is. Because they won't come if the place is clean. Isn't it? So I want you all, when you're in your ashram, when you're in the temple walking around, I want you to find somewhere that's not clean. And I want you to clean it. Can you do that? Can you do that? Yes. I just heard a little, because you don't like cleaning. Well, one time we had a festival on New Govardhan, and they were giving out the duties. And they said, who wants to cut the vegetables? Who wants to sweep the temple? Who wants to do this, do that? And then they said, who wants to clean the toilets? When they were saying all the other jobs, everyone's going, yes, I'll do it, I'll do it, I'll do it. And when they said, who wants to clean the toilets? Do you think anyone put their hand up? How many? No. I put my hand up. I put my hand up and I said, I'll clean the toilets for the devotees because I like going to a clean toilet. And so I was cleaning the whole festival, the toilets, the ladies and the men. I put a barrier across when I went in the men's. And all the devotees would go, thank you so much for cleaning the toilets. You see? Just because you clean the toilets doesn't mean that you're a Shudra, you're less than the Brahmana. No. Because the Brahmana's got to go to the toilet too, isn't it? And who likes to go to a clean toilet? Put your hand up. Everyone. And who doesn't like to go to a clean toilet? You go there and clean it. Okay? Because our temple should be spotless. Spotless. And they say first impressions count. And they come in that gate and they see this temple and they think, wow, look at this place, it's so beautiful. One time, I went to the bank in Calcutta, it was 1992. And I'd just been to Jaipur. And I went to see Radha Govindaji, which I really love. And I thought to myself, oh, I really need to go to the toilet. I went to the toilet. Oh my God. I just wanted to run out of there. But there was nowhere else to go. And I went to the bank in Calcutta. And in those days, I had all my money on my credit card. And my pension would go on the credit card. So I had to go into the bank and take a cash advance. Not like now, you can put your card in the machine and the money comes out in a couple of minutes, right? Or you can go to the bank and change your money. It took 4 hours. 4 hours sitting in that bank before I could get my cash advance in 1992. And so I was sitting outside, and then they said, come inside. Anyway, I'm waiting. While I was there, I told them all about Mayapur and what a wonderful place it is and how they should visit there. And I said, it has lovely parks and gardens. And I said, it's got clean toilets. Our Mayapur's got clean toilets. You should go there because it's such a beautiful place. Anyway, I went away on my trip with my daughter and my little son. And we went to South India. We went to Bangalore. And we went to Madras at the time it was called. A few other places. And then we came back after 2 months. And we had to go to the bank again. And then we're sitting outside, come inside. And one of the men said, I went to Mayapur. It was so beautiful there. He was telling all his friends. They had lovely parks. And she is right. There was clean toilets there. So that's what the impression that we've got to give. You go to Mayapur now, it used to be only on the weekends that place was full. Now it's every day. Every day they're going to Mayapur because it's clean and beautiful, and they sit down in the parks and it makes them feel good, right? Makes them feel good like that. So that's how our temples have to be. Not that they're looking from the outside. What's this? HareKrishna temple. Oh, but look, it looks so dirty. It's not clean. Oh, we're not going to go in there. But you know, Srila Prabhupada, he was very particular. He liked all of our temples to be clean. If you knew him like me, one time he told Jayapataka Maharaj and his other devotees that were there in Mayapur, he said, I want you to keep Mayapur clean, always clean. And so Prabhupada's coming for a visit, and they got so excited, and they cleaned everything. And Prabhupada came, and they were proud. They were walking around the campus, showing Prabhupada everything. And all of a sudden, Prabhupada stopped. And he went over there, and he picked up a piece of paper. And he said, you keep Mayapur clean. Oh, they were devastated because they're trying. But now, when you go to Mayapur, there's lots of papers everywhere. So whenever you go to Mayapur, start cleaning. And Prabhupada will love you. He will think you're so wonderful because you're doing what he wanted it to do. Every one of our temples, they should be spotless. Right? Can you do that? Come into the cleaning consciousness. The cleaning consciousness is a very good consciousness to have. Clean the temple, clean your heart. So whenever you're walking around the temple, don't think, oh, that's the cleaner's job. And the Indians are really good at putting the paper underneath the trees. They're very lazy, you know. When I was walking along in Mayapur just recently, there was a man in front of me. He had a bottle in his hand, a plastic bottle, and he threw it behind the car. I said, come here, pick up that bottle, and you put it in that bin. Only a few feet away, there was 5 or 6 bins, and he didn't even want to put it in the bin. He wanted to throw it on the ground. Huh? No, 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 no. All right? So we have to keep our temple very, very beautiful, clean. So I know you're trying here. It looks clean. I mean, I haven't had a good look. What time is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, I've got 5 minutes left. Now, I got something to tell you. Last time, who was here 1 year ago, 9 months ago? How many devotees were here in this temple 9 months ago? Yeah? All right? None of you whiteys, you weren't here 9 months ago? And you naughty ones in the back that were here 9 months ago, you haven't told all these new ones about the Maha Mantra. What did I tell you when I gave class last time? What did I say not to do about the Maha Mantra? They don't even remember. So I've come back to remind you, and all you new ones. One lady came to me at the Sunday feast in Brisbane. I gave the class, and we walked downstairs, and she was waiting there. She said, "Can I ask you a question?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Can you tell me which mantra is right? The one we know or this new one?" Now, what is this new one? We have 2 mantras in our movement, 2 Hare Krishna's mantras. Now, I want you all to tell me the Hare Krishna mantra that you chant in japa. Everyone? So how come when you sing kirtan, you don't sing that? You sing Ramo, Ramo, Krishna, Krishno. Prabhupada has written the Maha Mantra in his books. He translated 60 volumes of books. Can you show me one place where he writes Krishna, Krishno, Krishno, Ramo, Rama, Ramo, Ramur? You show me. You show me one place in his books where he writes that. Does he write that? Does he write that? No. So why are you singing it in the kirtan? Prabhupada said, you know what Prabhupada said? He told my godbrother Vishnu Jan, he said, "Who is this Hari Ramu?" He said, "We do not know any Hari Ramu." He said, "Are you trying to destroy this movement?" And that example I gave you of that lady, that's the example. Are you trying to destroy this movement? When we were on Harinam one day, one man came up to us and he said, "Chant the mantra properly." Krishna sent him because they were singing Hari Ramo. They weren't singing Hari Rama. So he sent that man to tell us, you chant the mantra properly. Right? Very, very, very important. Who are you chanting for? Are you chanting for Krishna, whose name is Krishna, and Balaram? Right? Would you ever say Balaramu? Would you say that? No, you wouldn't say it. So who are you chanting for? You're not singing for Krishna because that's not his name. His name is Krishna and his name is Rama. None of these other things. Right? So you are singing for yourself. Hard reality, but it's actually true. You are singing for yourself. You're not singing for Krishna and Rama. Because if you were singing for Krishna and Rama, you'd be singing what? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Right? And if Prabhupada didn't like it, then we don't like it. All right? So please take it seriously. When I come next time, who sang the Mangalati this morning? Who sang the Mangalati this morning? Who was it? One in white sang the Mangalati this morning. They are not here? Are they here? They're not here. Well, he sang Hari Ramu. And that means you ones in orange are not changed. You're not telling these ones in white what they should be singing. Because you're the oldest ones, isn't it? All right? So the ones in oranges have got to teach these whiteys and these yellow ones that the real Maha Mantra, and don't deviate. We never sang it. In the old days, we never sang that. We sang the Maha Mantra perfectly. All right? So can you do that for me? Next time I come, I don't want to hear any Ramos. And some of the cheeky ones, you know what they sing? Prabhupada and Prabhupada. Oh my God. I would get them by the neck and strangle them. Okay? So let's not hear that anymore. This is very, very important. Prabhupada said we're going to destroy this movement. And Prabhupada put so much time and effort to create this movement. He had 108 temples before he left this world after 12 years. So let's look after it. If it stopped, where would we go? We'd be so unhappy. This is our home. This is everything. And if we destroyed this movement, where will we go? We have to go and sleep under a tree, beg for food. We'd have nowhere. Isn't it? Isn't it? Yes. Yeah. So be proud. Be proud to be the representative of Srila Prabhupada and do exactly what he taught us. No deviations. Right? And then we'll be very, 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 very happy. All right? Everyone will be chanting and dancing and jumping tomorrow in the arti. Isn't that? Is it? Yes? Yes? No? Yes. Okay. Yes. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. And let's have a wonderful Panihati festival today. One question. Only one, because it's already 9:05.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you very much for such an inspiring class that we should focus on cleaning so that we can clean our hearts.
Yes.
Mataji, my question is that in the original times, typically every devotee was staying within the temple, and now we see that especially in Indian temples, huge number of devotees actually stay outside. And to keep them engaged directly in temple services will require a lot of management. Mm-hmm. And that management, I think it becomes difficult because there are multiple disciples of multiple gurus. So, organized management, as Prabhupada said, organization intelligence, somehow in my understanding is lacking. So, in your opinion, what should be done so that it actually, all devotees, whether new or old, as we see here, are directly connected to temple services, whichever service it is. And we should not have paid employees, minimize paid employees.
Well, you can do working bees. Every month, do a working bee, and you can get all the devotees coming, the Grihasta devotees, new devotees that live outside, get them all to come, and you make a big pizza feast. Everyone loves pizza. Who loves pizza? Oh, everyone loves pizza. So you make a big pizza feast, and we're going to have a working bee at the temple, and we're going to do some wonderful things for Krishna and give them something. Prabhupada said, if it wasn't for Prashadam, you wouldn't be here. So give them a nice party, pizza party, anything they like, and do things that need to be done. And then you feel like a family. Yes. And it's not that just because you live outside the temple that you can't do the morning program. Prabhupada taught us that we won't be able to have everyone live at the temple or come to the temple every day, but everyone can make their own homes into a temple, so everyone can, and that doesn't mean you're allowed to sleep. That means you should get up and do a program at your homes. And you can do that. I do it. I do it when I'm not traveling. And I have a place to sleep, a place to stay. Then I do Mangalati myself at home. Yeah. Shouldn't be any different. It's all about priorities. Do you want to become Krishna conscious in this lifetime? Huh? Hands up. Who wants to become Krishna conscious in this lifetime? And like Prabhupada said, he said, follow this process and you'll go back home, back to God at the end of your life. Krishna is in your heart. He knows when you're sleeping and not getting up. You have a consciousness. Krishna is right there. We actually even know. When we don't get up, when we're just sleeping, you become guilty, doesn't it? So let's be Krishna conscious. Let's do wonderful rounds. Try to go to sleep at 9 o'clock. Get up early, do some rounds before Mangalati. Doesn't matter how many. Just you get a taste. Maybe first time or few times you might only chant 4. But then after a while, you go, I want to do more than this. I like this chanting before Mangalati. Then you're doing 6, like that. And you get a taste for it. And your whole life changes. Whole life changes. Okay? I had 5 children, and I had to be right on schedule. I got up early. I chanted 8 rounds before Mangalati, 8 rounds after Mangalati, because I had to go home and get up 4 children and bring them to the 7 o'clock program. So I had to have a regulated life, you know? I'm not telling you to get married and have 4 children, but it's good. If you're serious, it doesn't matter. There's no impediment in your spiritual life. But you have to be sincere. And remember, Krishna is in your heart, right next to you, your best friend. And he is there to talk to you, to answer questions. The lady said to Prabhupada, can you see Krishna? And he said, yes. And he said to the lady, do you want to see Krishna? She said, no. And he said, therefore, you can't see Krishna. No. If you want to see Krishna, you will see Krishna. You can talk with Krishna. Prabhupada would talk to Krishna. The devotees would catch Prabhupada talking to Krishna. Yeah, there's some stories like that. Okay, everyone's probably hungry. And remember, you wouldn't have joined this movement if it wasn't for prasadam. And all the cooks have got to make sure that the prasadam is very nice. Isn't it? Very nice. Okay, Hare Krishna. Very nice.